Chapter 445, 3 years later. The points given out by the Virtual Universe Company were very precious. As a new member of the Absolute Beginning Secret Area, he was given 10,000 points. Of course he had to treasure them. Even though there were many techniques on the list that were enough to make Undyings go crazy, however their prices were exorbitant too, as some of items were millions of points or even tens of millions. Luo Feng could only drool as he looked. Not good, I'll choose this. Luo Feng, as they say, one's feet should be firmly planted on the ground, save your points. That's really expensive. I bought it. Luo Feng was discussing and debating with Babata while calculating his 10,000 points. He ended up spending close to half an hour before he finished his final exchanges. Golden Horned Beast, he used 0 points. The Mosha clan, he spent 9,820 points on it, buying a complete set of techniques and weapons for it. One was the close combat technique Illusionary Body worth at 3,200 points, and the more basic shield techniques, Illusionary Shield worth 800 points, and buying a not bad blade technique Illusionary 7 Blades, worth 5,800 points. The Gold Shadow Blade was worth 12 points and the Absolute Void Shield was 8 points. Movement, shield work, blade work, these formed a complete set and were extremely powerful in both movement and technique. Luo Feng himself, he used 180 points, buying the Golden Shadow Blade and Absolute Shield cost 20 points. Buying 2 life fruits cost 100 points, and he also bought 30 swelling water fruit at 60 points. 10,000 points, he used it all. The universe ship traveled through the dark universe at 20 times light speed, continuously progressing. Within the ship, Luo Feng grabbed onto a wine bottle and glass, walking straight into the resting room beside the bedroom, opening the screen and looking at the news program. On it displayed the genius battle that had ended not too long ago. My points were used up so quickly. Luo Feng poured himself a cup of fruit wine before lying on the comfortable sofa, especially the techniques. I spent almost all of my points on just one complete set. Hopefully they don't disappoint me, otherwise I'd definitely feel the pinch. Luo Feng, these Illusionary Body, Illusionary Shield and Illusionary 7 Blades form one complete illusionary technique set. They definitely won't let you down. Babata said, even though they are more basic techniques, after all you are only a star-level punk. At least before you become Undying, these will be enough. Luo Feng nodded. He understood too that some techniques weren't too deep and difficult, however Undyings would still fight hard to study them. If he got something heavenly but couldn't grasp even the basic understanding, what was the point? Buying something like this that was cheaper but being able to help him grasp the strong basics, that was more effective. Even the soul imprint his teacher created, with so many types of soul techniques, Babata estimated it would only be worth about 10,000 points. This complete illusionary set, which had 3 techniques in total and worth a total of over 9,000 points, it was comparable to the soul imprint. Babata, which battle techniques do you think the Golden Horned Beast should train? Luo Feng asked. We are allowing the Golden Horned Beast to begin training battle techniques? Babata asked, how about we first work on the foundation? Golden Horned Beast, right now it only knew deities of the world and absolute space. Absolute space was related to movement. Deities of the world was purely about shrinking and condensing its body. It didn't have any battle techniques. Right now it battled relying totally on its natural ability, which was its strength, or its body's inner quality. It didn't have any system or battle technique. According to Babata's point of view, it was better to get a solid foundation first, then learning the battle techniques would be easy. And within the golden horned beast's inherited memories, there were battle techniques. It could begin training at any time. Different types of battle techniques. From the claws to the scaled wings, the tail, and strengthening its body while becoming a slaughter machine. The many generations of golden horned beasts had created many techniques and knew how to unleash the greatest strength when in battle, as many of these techniques were extremely brutal. Basics? Luo Feng pondered, that's good too. There'll be a long period of time in the future where I won't be using the golden horned beast to attack anyway. Following which Luo Feng lifted his head and finished the wine. Eventually standing up, his eyes gleamed with battle spirit. Time to begin. Time was fleeting as months passed on. The Jade Essence F-grade universe ship continued to progress towards the center of the human universe, where the Virtual Universe Company's headquarters was located. Luo Feng naturally spent his time within the ship. His consciousness in the virtual universe was almost like a sponge absorbing every bit of information. While within his internal world, the Golden Continent's length and width had already reached 9,000 kilometers. Obviously, during the time Luo Feng spent in the Genius battle, the Golden Horned Beast had already evolved till Universe Level 9. From Universe Level 9 to Domain Lord Level 1, normally it would require 500 years. Even with the highest efficiency of metal groupings, it could only be raised 56 times, requiring about 9 years in total. Feeling the internal world constantly expanding and condensing with the ripples of the golden origin laws, the Golden Horned Beast seriously listened, looked around and experienced, working hard at its domain and gold origin laws. The Masha clan was in the form of a little golden horned beast while training in absolute space, and raising the comprehension of the space origin laws. It was either that or staying in human form, using a blade, shield, and training the illusionary techniques. Virtual Universe, Absolute Beginning Region, within the training space of Villa number 1136. The completely sealed training space was empty. Barefooted and in shorts, Luo Feng held the six-edged shield Absolute Void Shield and carried a Blood Shadow Blade Life Golden Shadow Blade. Simulate battle? Luo Feng shouted, opponent, Rong Jun, simulate him with his highest battle ability during the Genius Pinnacle battle. Chi. The huge training space that was 50 kilometers wide and 30 kilometers long. It formed the silhouette of a person within, who eventually turned into the over 3 m tall savage Rong Jun. Rong Jun was carrying a huge battle blade on his back, his entire body dressed in a simple animal skin, barefooted. His eyes, however, were lifeless, as he was just standing there and not moving at all. Begin. Luo Feng shouted. Begin. Luo Feng shouted. Rumble. The simulated Rong Jun's eyes lit up and he became like a mountain rushing straight at Luo Feng. Bring it. Luo Feng brandished his blade in one hand, and the other hand with a shield, becoming 18 Luo Fengs, almost like 18 demon golden lights rushing forward. Dang! The two clashed. Luo Feng began using his blade work and in an instant he had slashed almost 10,000 times. It was simply too fast. Not only were his movements shockingly fast, even his blade work was terrifying, totally like a demon floating about. His blade work seemed like it wasn't strong, however the instantaneous explosion of power was terrifying. Slash. The savage Rong Jun's hair flew in the wind. His gaze was like lightning, and roaring like thunder, he swung his huge blade down. Slash. Slash. Each roar was extremely powerful, In terms of offensive strength from the genius battle, the strongest was Bolin. In terms of mysteriousness was probably the hypnotist Jia Lai Shi's hypnotism. In terms of being unblockable it was Luo Feng's sky-piercing formation, and in terms of brutality it was Savage's blade work. They fought head-on for a few minutes. Check out LTSTVL on novl/bin.cm. Fresh blood spewed everywhere. Luo Feng's entire body was knocked away, dropping like a torn sandbag. Rumble, the training space warped, the simulated Rong Jun from before vanished, and Luo Feng's wounds were healed. This was a specially customized training space with the effects of the slaughterhouse. It was able to completely simulate any opponent, however its space was limited. There's improvement. Luo Feng smiled and stood up. My close combat probably has the ability to make it into the top 100 of the genius battle. Close combat. Right, Luo Feng's greatest weakness was close combat. During the pinnacle competition, he had 2 losses. One against Rong Jun and the other against Long Yun. This happened because he had to fight them in close combat and hence, he lost. As a controller, Luo Feng had the ability to easily kill his opponent when he distances himself. However, the moment he got close, that was it. As one's attention itself had limits, Luo Feng didn't have time to dilute his training, however now was different. The Mosha clan itself was a master at close combat. Naturally it had to train the illusionary techniques. 3 great bodies with the same soul and consciousness. If any one of them learned something, the other 2 would naturally learn it too. In terms of comprehension of the origin laws, I'm stronger than Rong Jun. However, my close combat still loses to him. Luo Feng shook his head. There's indeed a difference between the human body and the Mosha clan body. When the Mosha clan body unleashed the illusionary techniques, that was the true illusion. With the Mosha clan body, even if he compared to Death God Bolin, the difference wasn't that huge. His human body, however, was way different. Continue to persevere. I will not only be able to attack from far but also in close combat. This way, there truly would not be any weakness. Luo Feng continued to work hard. Finally, after traveling for about 2 years and 3 months in the universe, Luo Feng finally killed Rong Jun in close combat. I defeated Rong Jun of the genius battle. The current Rong Jun must be similar to me, using the resources given by the virtual universe company and strengthening himself. He would have definitely gotten stronger. Luo Feng didn't dare relax at all. Indeed. 3 years' journey, none of the 1,000 absorbed geniuses dared to relax. This genius battle had too great an effect on them. In the past, it was hard for them to even meet a match. However, the many life or death battles in the competition had affected them greatly. Many of them had been training ever since then and had improved a lot since the battles. That and the fact that they could pick any techniques they wanted. To Rong Jun, Wuka and Ao Pa Te La etc., the ones from the absolute beginning region, the 10,000 points was enough for them to buy almost anything they desired. At their level, they didn't need anything too expensive. Within these 3 years of training, they all improved a lot. Within the Hall of the Universe ship, dressed in a completely fitting armor and boots, the black short-haired youth stood there. Beside him was a skinny old man with silver hair saying respectfully, "Your Majesty, we are about to arrive at the Virtual Universe Company headquarters." Luo Feng nodded. 3 years? This was considered his fastest improvement in 3 years. However, the deeper he went, he could feel that the universe itself was unfathomable. the entire mysteries and profoundness of the universe, and that the techniques he used could only be considered under undying's or normal undying level. However, he still felt they were profound. This path was indeed a tough one. I've improved so much, I wonder how the others are doing. Luo Feng thought, I have the golden horned beast and the Mosha clan, this level of miraculous combination. However, the universe is vast, just about anything can happen. Who knows, there may even be someone within the top 1,000 geniuses with an even greater miracle within them. Never looking down on others or being arrogant. The universe was incomparably vast and mysterious, with trillions of races. Humans were but one of them. One had to always maintain a level of respect to the universe. Beginning universe travel, entering the actual universe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luo Feng felt the entire ship slightly shake. After about 10 seconds everything returned to normal. He shouted, "External simulation 100%. Immediately the entire large hall became transparent. He could see the simulated space in the distance. There was an incomparably vast continent floating in space. Luo Feng was stunned. The headquarters of the Virtual Universe Company, they had finally arrived here.